Something to think about, as usual, this mind of ours. One really helpful way to understand the mind, this is certainly the Buddhist approach, but we can see it's kind of true. We have sensory consciousness, the experiences through the senses, you know? This is clear. And they're kind of pretty dominant, isn't it? As Lama Yeshe says, we make the body the boss, because it's the very first level of our experience. And then we have mental consciousness, which is our thoughts and feelings and emotions, you know? So one thing to think is we all want happy feelings. We all want to be satisfied. We all want to feel content, feel fulfilled. So the most obvious level that we first try to do that, obviously, is the senses. You know, in the morning you wake up and you're hungry, you want your coffee. So we assume a feeling of satisfaction will come after you get the coffee. But if we think of it as just sensory, then you'll never get happy. You know, as my mother used to say, and I'd think and think about it, and this is exactly the Buddha's approach, and we know it's true. When you really expect satisfaction to come from the sensory experience, from the coffee, the breakfast, or whatever it might be, we keep waiting for it to come. But as my mother would say, the more you get, the more you want. And this seems kind of cruel, but it's really our experience. The hope is that you'll feel satisfied after your coffee. But if you really analyze the experience, and you're going to see that you're all excited, you expect the coffee, you're waiting for satisfaction to come. But as you're having each mouthful, by the time you finish that coffee, you're hungry for more. Because why? Because you're not satisfied yet. And before you know it, you have your third cup, and now it's revolting. So what happened to the satisfaction? We missed it, So that what I'm getting at is the satisfaction cannot come from the senses. Satisfaction, contentment, fulfillment has to be practiced, and it's a mental state. It's thoughts. You have to practice. As Lama Yeshe says, we have to practice being content, practice having the thoughts. This is pretty intense, but think about that, and we can talk about it more.